Welcome to the You Be the Teacher End of Year Project video tutorial. For this project, you will work with a group to create a lesson to share with the class. You and your group will become an expert at an 8th grade math concept while presenting to your peers. I have decided that you guys can choose your own groups. Your groups cannot have less than 3 and it cannot have more than 4. If there are any issues with creating your own groups, I have already pre-selected groups for you, so please make sure that you choose your groups wisely. After choosing your groups, you will then choose a topic, and the topic choices that you guys have are rational and irrational numbers, exponents and scientific notation, square and cube roots, equations, functions, systems of equations, bivariate data, which is scatter plots, rigid motion transformations, similar figures, special angle relationships, Pythagorean theorem, and volume. Let's say, for instance, you and your group decide to focus on functions. What that means is that in your presentation, you will have to include functions versus relation, domain and range, rate of change, including tables, graphs, and context, which means word problems, and linear versus nonlinear functions. A detailed description for each topic will be found on a later slide. After choosing your topic, you and your group will then create a presentation, and you can use Google Slides, Canva, or guided notes. I don't care what you use, as long as it's something that is teaching the class. After you create your presentation, you will then create an activity, and that can be a worksheet or a quiz or a quizzes, anything. It can be paper or online. In addition to that, you will have to include an answer key for your teacher. And lastly, you guys will present to class, and I'm only going to go over the 4s because obviously that's what we're aiming for. You will be graded based on your presentation if all of the information is included and all of the key important information is included. For your activity or quiz or practice, all of the information is included, and you provide that answer key for your teacher. And lastly, your participation, great participation and staying on task throughout the project. So that goes back to the day you pick your group, as you guys are working on your presentation and creating your activity, as well as how you conduct yourselves when you are presenting. All right, so in our Canvas class under modules, you will find this assignment here, and it lets you know that this is due on Monday, the 12th. So there are 2 files. And if you go to the last 2 pages, the last page, here is the detailed description of each topic. So let's say, for instance, you and your group decides that you want to work on the Pythagorean theorem. The things that you must include in your presentation are the following: finding the missing side length, including the leg and the hypotenuse, converse of Pythagorean theorem, distance on a coordinate plane, the diagonal and 3D figures, and context, which again means word problems. So again, everything is listed there that you may need. If you have any questions, or let's say, for instance, you don't know what something means, Google is your best friend. Or you obviously can wait until I return tomorrow, and I will be able to answer any questions that you guys may have. But that is it for now. Again, if you want to use Google Slides, right here where it says student presentations, I have inserted a blank Google slide for you and your group if you choose to use Google Slides. Have a great day.